I'm on an emotional roller coaster right now. So I rarely get invested in a book series. I think it just depends on how invested I am. So if I start one series, I'm either gonna read only the first book or I'm gonna fall head over heels for it and stick through the entire series because I want to see how it ends. So there are some book series that I either want to continue going through or complete for this year. So one of which is actually the Ninth House series. I'm currently rereading the first book for my rereading books video. So I'm still working my way through that and I'm hoping to get to eventually Hellbent for continuing on this series. And another series I absolutely started loving last year was The Atlas 6, which is by Olivie Blake. It's following 6 grad students that are going through the Alexandrian Society and testing magic, all that. Her final book just came out this year for the Atlas Complex, so I'm very excited to get into that. I just got it from Libby today for the audiobook, and I'm so hyped because I've been waiting so long to get the final book in my hot little hands, at least run it through the library until I could actually physically own the books one day. And another series that I started last year and want to continue is the Before the Coffee Gets Cold series. So that's a translated piece of literature from Japan where it's people in a time-traveling cafe where they can visit a loved one or a family friend or whatnot, just as long as they can get back before their cup of coffee gets cold. So I'm hoping to get through those books in this video, and if I have any more books that I want to read on, then I will definitely keep you updated and let you know. But for right now, I have the Atlas Complex waiting for me on Libby, so I'm going to be listening to that while I'm trying to finish up Ninth House, so as I throw my book on the floor. I'm going to start listening to my babies from the Alexandrian Society and continue with their story. I may cry, I may get frustrated, I may laugh. Who knows what my emotions are going to be. I'm going into this book blind, and I am trying to avoid all the reviews and spoilers possible. So we're just going to have to see how this goes. Well, hello. Happy Monday, good morning. I'm about to head out to work shortly, but I wanted to do a quick update for y'all on the continuing of the series. So I, according to Libby, am about 8 hours into the Atlas Complex right now. This has been fun to get back into this series. I miss my 6 Medians who are just absolute jerks. So it's these 6 magicians, what they call Medians in this world, where 6 people are chosen every 10 years to go into what is called the Alexandrian Society, and they're sort of testing their magic, testing their limits, and sort of contributing to what is known as the archives, and sort of is chronologizing their journey into adulthood and into the magic system that they're in, trying not to get killed in the process or kill each other along the way. Without giving anything away, it really is a page turner, but in the case of the audiobook, it's really hard to sort of put down the headphones and sort of get back into the real world because I just want to keep going with this, and holy crap, it's been great. I mean, I know there are parts where I kind of like zone out, I'm like, okay, I'm not really invested in this section, but overall, it's just been a great experience. I almost got a little teary-eyed yesterday getting into one character's part, which, again, I can't spoil because you just gotta read the series to understand what's going on. But yeah, I'm having a great time. I've gotta finish it up so I can get it returned back to Libby. But I am very excited to keep going with it and to finish it. And then also this weekend, I've started reading Bookshops and Bonedust by Baldree. This is the prequel to Legends and Lattes, which is sort of like a very low fantasy coffee shop story. So really, it's just more of our main girl, Viv, from the first story, learning more about the simple pleasures of life after she gets injured in a battle and sort of realizing what she wants and who she is. So this has been really cute so far. I'm only like 40 pages into it, but it's just been adorable and just overall just, yeah, I have no other words besides adorable because my brain is just dead right now and I've only had 1 cup of coffee this morning. So with that in mind, I'm gonna truck off to work and I'm probably gonna bring this book with me just in case I have a lunch break and I have downtime and should not be scrolling through my phone. And then hopefully on my way over to and from work, I'll be listening to more of the Atlas Complex. So I will provide another update later. Bye. Y'all, the Atlas Complex is getting wild. I'm on an emotional roller coaster right now. Literally, it's so hard for me to talk about this book without spoiling it because I want to make this video spoiler-free, or as spoiler-free as possible. So I am just... I don't even know where to begin with the emotions I'm feeling right now. Like, I am laughing. I almost broke down crying in my car twice today over it. There's parts where I'm happy, there's parts where I'm kind of like, okay, we could probably move past this a little bit. Probably more mental breakdown on the verge of crying. Oh my god. But even then, Olivie Blake has me in a chokehold, okay? I could literally go on a 3-hour rant about this whole series, but for the sake of this video and the purpose it's trying to serve, I should probably save it for another time and just keep trucking along as best I can. Hopefully, when I get back tonight, I could probably maybe finish it up, because again, I only have like less than 3 hours left. I know I really haven't been filming much of me reading as of late. I think that's just because, like, I think I've just been so not only engrossed with work, but also engrossed in reading the books themselves. So I've just been trying to keep the camera away and really kind of laser focus in on it, because I really want to enjoy the story that's being told or being read to me. So I have been kind of making that a little bit more of a priority, so I apologize for the lack of video contribution to my evidence of reading and listening to these books. But yeah, I think I just kind of need to sit with what the heck has been happening, because literally in the past probably 24 to 48 hours of me ingesting this content, I am just all levels of shook right now. I'm literally just, there's a lot happening. Okay, rant's done. At least about the Atlas Complex. But regarding Bookshops and Bonedust, I had to go run to my room to go get it. This has been adorable and just wholesome and cute, and this little one has a potty mouth. Oh man, this is just like a nice little breath of fresh air. It's got a little bit more high fantasy in this one compared to the first book, Legends and Lattes, but this is still a boatload of fun, both metaphorically and literally, and I just love Viv, and I love this little universe that Travis Baldree has created, so I'll definitely keep going on with this, and I definitely will probably need to turn to this once I eventually finish the Atlas Complex, because I'm probably just going to be... I'm going to be feeling a lot of feels, and I'm going to need a lot of comfort after. So, Alright, I'm gonna shut up and go do my dinner thing with my family, and hopefully I will not be bawling my eyes out, so I'll catch up with y'all later. Well, hi, it's now Saturday morning and I'm about to head out on a walk before I go run some errands and go to an alumni club event thing, but I literally have about an hour left of the Atlas complex. Holy crap, I'm just trying to power through it, and it's crazy and sentimental, and again, I'm feeling all the emotions. But if you kind of notice, I had to kind of switch platforms of how I was listening to it, because when I went to go open the audiobook this morning on Olivie, it said it was due in 33 minutes. Yeah, and there was a wait list. So I ended up having to buy the audiobook through Apple Books, so now I've just been powering through it on Apple and just trying to take notes on my thoughts through Notion. So yeah, it's been crazy just powering through to the end of it. So I'm gonna hopefully get this hour done while I'm on my walk or while I'm getting ready for my event. But once I finish it, I will let you know, and we'll go forward from there. So see you in a little bit. Alright, so I finally finished the Atlas complex. Wow, there's so many emotions and so much more I want to know, so hopefully there definitely is a spin-off in the future, because I definitely need more clarity on some things. I think it's probably going to be somewhere in between 4 and 4.5 stars. Maybe not exactly 4.25, because I think it probably was a little bit better than that, but maybe it wasn't as high as 4.5 stars, so definitely in the 4-star range for sure, because like I said, there probably were parts that probably could have been taken out, or parts that probably could have been sped up a little bit more, maybe clarified a little bit better. But overall, this definitely had my attention. This compelled me to keep going. And I know I kind of delayed reading again a bit, but I don't think I was really 100% ready to part with my Medians quite yet. So I mean, I am glad that I was able to finish the series, but at the same time, I'm kind of sad, because it really was good. And like I said, I hadn't really been this involved in a series in a very long time, and this last book was one that I've been waiting for at least a year now. So I'm very thankful Olivie Blake put this little series together. And again, please, for the love of God, please make a spin-off or something, because I need more. Alright, well, I'm gonna go start getting ready for Super Bowl festivities, but before I go, I want to give a quick update on Bookshops and Bonedust. So I am over the halfway point right now, and things are getting very interesting for Viv and the others. There's a new character that has kind of been introduced, and I really cannot give away what is going on, just because there's a lot, but I don't know, it's gonna be very intriguing to see where it goes. Alright, I'm gonna keep going with this, and I am gonna go watch the Super Bowl. Have fun! it's now Thursday, February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day, and I'm still plugging away. I've got like maybe less than 20 pages left, so I'm gonna count this out before I go off to work this morning. But oh yeah, it's been really cute. It's been fun, and this is very much giving me vibes of a Western, like one of those like old like gunslinger goes to town to recuperate, and they end up becoming endeared to the townspeople and end up having to protect the town that they're in. And I'm just loving it. I don't really know if I could find any faults in it so far. I mean, like, right now, like, I don't know if it's like a true 5-star read, but it's pretty close to being a 5-star read for me. So I'll just have to get to the end and we'll see where it goes from there. So I was able to finish the prequel this morning before I went off to work, and I still love this whole world. I still love Viv and her whole storyline, and again, this really just felt like an old-timey Western to me. So I think for the official rating of this, I'm gonna give this probably somewhere between 4.5 to 4.75 stars, but at least on Goodreads terms, this is my first 5-star book of the year. So, Travis Baldree, congratulations. You did it. I knew you could. So I definitely want to continue on with this world, and while it may not have been the perfect 5-star read, it was so close that you could round it up. So yeah, so there is another book down in this challenge. Now the next part is a little tricky. I know I talked about reading, or thinking about reading, the continuation of the Before the Coffee Gets Cold series, or I might continue on to do Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo, which is the follow-up to Ninth House. But if I want to be honest right now, I'm kind of stuck in my decisions. It's tough because I want to continue on with this video, and I want to continue reading more series of books that I still need to complete. But at the same time, I just don't want to read a book if I'm not 100% in the mood for it, and then it just ends up being a crap experience when I'm trying to film it, and my heart's not really 100% invested, and it ends up turning out to be a mid rating. And also at the same time, my actual TBR for all the other books not associated with this video challenge at all is growing, and if I don't make headway in continuing on with those books, or at least trying to make a dent in my TBR for this year, I will be screwed. So, I don't know, I've got a lot of options to play with. I could potentially do Before We Say Goodbye or Hellbent, or I could just start something new, or maybe just do a standalone book. I've got a lot of mysteries. I've got a romance, I think, and maybe a couple of horror books. So I need to make up my mind before this video ends. Hopefully I can continue to film on with this, or I may have to cut it off here and then maybe continue on with the continuing a series challenge, potentially in another video, and maybe just make it a series throughout the rest of the year. So I'll take a little bit of time to kind of think about it, hopefully maybe by the end of tonight, and once I make up my mind, I will provide an update. So we'll see you in a little bit when I have my next book ready. Hi again. So it's probably been maybe a little over a week since I did my last update for y'all, and I know I was contemplating whether or not I wanted to continue on with this challenge just because of the slump I was maybe sort of feeling when it came to doing these challenges, but ultimately I did decide to carry on despite not taking much footage of it. But I did end up reading Before We Say Goodbye, which is a continuation of the Before the Coffee Gets Cold series. So it was very adorable, it was very heartbreaking at times, and it's still the same setup of the cafe that allows you to travel back in time before your drink gets cold. So it's very emotional and very quick to read. I think I read this in about 4 days, so I got through it pretty fast. I will say it probably maybe was a little repetitive, but I know that's supposed to be kind of like a mix of like 4 people that you're following that are all going through the same setup of they go back in time, they sort of have their internal battle, they go to see their person that they're trying to meet. And I mean, even then, they all have different experiences of why they're going to the cafe. It was a very nice tribute to sort of talking about grief and how that changes our perspective of when we view people that we're no longer with or who have passed away or died under certain circumstances. I don't know 100% how I'm going to rate this yet, because I think I still want to kind of let my thoughts marinate before I make up my mind, but I know it's definitely within the 4-star or 5-star range. So that's done. So I know I probably could maybe do Hellbent next, but I think I want to maybe read a couple of the books first before I get into Hellbent. And it's not that I don't like doing these challenges. I think doing these challenges is a great way for pushing myself out of my comfort zone in what I read, but I think also at the same time, especially if I have other life stuff or work stuff going on, it kind of gets a little challenging. Because keep in mind that I do have a 9-to-5 job, and this isn't my full-time job. I just do this for fun as a hobby and just sharing my love of books for the world and connecting with other people on YouTube and elsewhere and just sharing what makes us readers. But even then, like, just trying to do this on my spare time can be a little draining. But even just sort of stepping back these past couple weeks has kind of been really nice and refreshing in a way. Like, for instance, I went to go do a beach picnic with my friends while we were watching the sunset, and while it didn't last long, we still had a great time. And I even went to harp recital yesterday for one of my friends in lyric class, and she was fantastic in it. It was great. And just having those good experiences and great memories that are going to stay with you hopefully for a very long time, if not then forever. So it was just kind of nice to not really have to like be so focused on, oh my god, I gotta get footage for X, Y, and Z, and just more experience it. But I've kind of been enjoying just taking it easy and doing more of a simple kind of, maybe I get like one video of me doing like one reading check-in, and that's fine. And honestly, I think I might do that for the next couple of videos, where I just kind of do like more simpler vlogs while I'm just reading, maybe showing a little bit of my life if you want that too. So I think that'll probably be my plan for a little bit until I could get more of a structure down for what else I want to do for challenges this year, and getting a Carrie video done. I'm gonna get it done. But other than that, this was a fun challenge to kind of go back and finish up series that I'm still needing to complete or get to the next parts of series. So very grateful I did this. Thank you again to the authors for continuing to put out more fantastic works in the series that you created, or if there's other books that are not part of series by the authors that I listed in this video that you know should be on my TBR, please let me know, because there's a reason I keep going back to these series, and there's a reason I keep returning to these authors, and it's just, I like the way that they write, and I think something about their works just continues to pull me back, and I really appreciate that as a reader. So, other than that, I think I'm going to cap it off there. So, thank you all so much for watching this. Thank you again for being patient with me. And I think we'll probably do something a little bit more cozy next time, because I think I'm very much looking forward to getting back into my regular horror mysteries. But also at the same time, I think I'm sort of looking forward to taking it easy. So, hopefully I can take you along with me. But either way, I will see you very, very soon, so bye! Ugh.